The Oregon Trail by Francis Parkman, narrated by Frank Muller.
Preface. Francis Parkman's journal, written more than 150 years ago, is a richly detailed record of this young Bostonian's journey across the American plains to spend the summer of 1846 living and hunting in the Rocky Mountains as a guest in a village of the Dakota Sioux. Parkman, a recent Harvard graduate, had an artist's eye for the panoramic vistas that spread out before him, but he also paid careful attention to the smaller details that reveal the character of those he lived among and give the ring of authenticity to his description of daily life in the village. Only 23 at the time of his adventure on the Oregon Trail, Parkman expresses the exuberant confidence of his era, when a young Boston Brahmin such as he looked upon the North American continent as manifestly his by right of his superior civilization. This attitude colors many of Parkman's observations, but most of the time he was able to escape this narrow perspective and open himself to the magnificent flood of experience his journey brought. The Oregon Trail rides the tide of an expansive moment in American history, recording its drama with clarity, humor, and unabashed appreciation. This eyewitness account of frontier life established Francis Parkman as an important 19th century historian. The Oregon Trail by Francis Parkman. Chapter 1. The Frontier. Last spring, 1846, was a busy season in the city of St. Louis. Not only were emigrants from every part of the country preparing for the journey to Oregon and California, but an unusual number of traders were making ready their wagons and outfits for Santa Fe. The hotels were crowded, and the gunsmiths and saddlers were kept constantly at work. Steamboats were leaving the levee and passing up the Missouri, crowded with passengers on their way to the frontier. In one of these, the Radnor, my friend and relative Quincy Adams Shaw, and myself left on the 28th of April on a tour of curiosity and amusement to the Rocky Mountains. The boat was loaded until the water broke over her guards. Her upper deck was covered with large wagons for the Santa Fe trade, and her hold was crammed with goods for the same destination. There were also the mules and horses, saddles, and harness of a party of Oregon emigrants. Almost hidden in this medley was a small French cart, a tent, and an assortment of boxes and barrels destined for our long and arduous journey. The passengers corresponded with the freight.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?